Hey guys, today we'll be implementing a binary search algorithm in a 1D array. So just to give you some quick insights about binary search, here there's a precondition that says the array should always be in a sorted order, without which we cannot really apply binary search. So in this array, if you check, let's call this array A, the entire array, the numbers are in sorted order. So how do we start with implementing binary search is that we start with, so let's just quickly number these. So as you know, there are 10 elements from index 0 to 9. So binary search works on, let's say you have to search a number, let's say which is maybe 22. So 22 is here. You want to return to the user, otherwise you can sort of return -1 as default. So what you want to do is you start from the lowest index, which is your 0, and your upper bound index is always the last element, which is 9 in this case. So now you start, and let's say what is the mid number that you form. So mid is, this is a formula which says lower minus upper divided by 2, which will give you 0 plus 9 is 9, and it will give you a 4. We are just taking the integer value in this case. So now what we always check is if A of medium, is it equal to the number that we have. The number was 22. In this case, here we are at 11, which is not equal, right? So now what we will do is, if it is not equal, we will call our lower bound as mid plus 1. So now our lower bound becomes 5, and let's keep the upper bound the same, because we are dividing our search. So what we did is we searched in this entire array. We used this. We came here in between. We are at 4, and now since at 4 the number is not equal and it is greater, so here what we check is if the number is not equal to, is it greater or lesser. If it is greater than this, that means it's available somewhere between 4th and 9th, or otherwise if it was lesser, it would have been in between 0 and 4. So we are using this property, the array is always sorted. Okay, so in this case, since 11 is less than the number which we want to search, which is 22, we start using our second search. We increase the lower bound in this case. Otherwise, what we would have done is we would have decreased the upper bound. We will check that case also. So now we have done a mid plus 1. So now our middle becomes 5 plus 9 is 14, and 14 divided by 2 is 7. So now we are at 7. Now we check that this is the same condition that we'll be checking for 7 also, which is equal. A of 7 is equal to 22 that we were searching for. So now the condition, in case this would have not happened, what we would have done is, if the number had this been, so let's say just a hypothetical situation, if the number to search was 18, so we would have come to 11, then 22, then we would have realized, hey, this number is less than 22, the number to search here, 18. So now we would have come this side. So in that case, let's just ignore the 22 example, and now what we will do is, if the number to search was 18, we would have let the lower bound be as it is, because we don't know where this is. And we would have changed our upper bound here. In this case, upper bound would have become mid bound -1. So upper bound has mid was 7. Now we are at 6 upper bound, and m in this case becomes 5 plus which is 11, and 11, and this becomes 5. So here we are. So okay, so now we do the math here again. So our m is at 15. So is 15 the right fit for 18? It is not, it's unequal. But is it lesser or greater? It is lesser. So if it is lesser, we would push this boundary. So now lower would become m plus 1. M here was 5, lower becomes 6. upper remains the same, 6. Now we calculate, in this case, m would also be 6. And now if you check, our m is pointing to 18. So at this, this is our terminal condition, which is m, the a of m is equal to the number itself. So we are good to go. So this can both, we can solve it both in iterative approach and recursive. We would check that out in a bit. So let's come to the implementation part of it. So this is the binary search which we have to implement. This is again a series of numbers which are sorted. So let's just take the first approach, which is iterative. So what we will do is we will define a lower bound which starts from 0, the upper bound which starts from a dot length minus 1. And here again, what we will be doing here is the mid. So let's just define our while loop first. So we would keep doing this till the point where our lower bound is less than or equal to the upper bound. So this is our condition that we sort of have to mandate, because the moment you cross both, the lower becomes here, upper becomes here, is the time when you realize that the number does not exist. We'll take a look at the example. So what you do is you calculate the mid number. So let's say, oops, int mid, I'll just follow the same, which is L plus U divided by 2. So this, now let's check if A is of M is equal to, okay, I also have to take a number here. Let's just search for 22, and this is int number to search. If a of number to search is this, I'll just return the value of the index that it is available on. Otherwise, what we do is else, oops, sorry. Else what we do is if a of m is less than the number to search, there's something that we need to do. Otherwise, there is something else that we need to do. So in this case, if the number that you have to search is greater, so this is the same condition that we saw in the video. What we do here is we push one of the domains or one of the bounds. And which bound would we be pushing? It is the lower bound. And what we would be equating this is the mid plus 1. And yeah, we are good to go. We'll keep the upper bound as is. And in this case, we would be pushing back the upper bound, which is m minus 1. And till the point this loop runs, and if it does not, we return the minus 1. Let's just try it out, what this program returns. It returns 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, the index. So it is returning the 7th index, which is 22, which is exactly what we want to do. And let's say if we search for 33, which is not a part of it, it would give us minus 1. It works perfectly fine. And just since I kind of mentioned that this can be done in a recursive way also, let's just look at how we can do the recursive solution. So let's call it binary search recursive. And here we would have to keep passing the entire array always, since it's recursion. We would ideally also have to pass in the lower bounds, the upper bounds, and as well as the number to search. And what we do is very similar. So we start assuming the function is getting called for the very first time, binary search recursive. We pass in the lower bound, which is 0. The upper bound, let's say we sort of initialize this array now. and we pass this array and we pass the length of this array. So minus 1. So now what we do here is we've passed the upper bound as well. What we will do is we will calculate the mid, which is very similar to what we've done here. And now we will also check for this condition. And in case this does not meet, if it is equal, we can sort of return from this loop itself directly, because we know that we've sort of found the element. Otherwise, what we will do is in the else block, what we do is we have this implemented here, right? If the number to search is this, it's very similar to what we've done in iterative approach. So if the number is, we'll recall this. That's the only difference. And how we would recall this is we pass in the same integer array, we pass in the lower bound, which is medium plus 1 now. We keep the upper bound same and we give the number to search same. Otherwise, we will do a slight modification to this. We will pass the lower bound as is and just try to modify the upper bound, and it would keep calling recursively. But here the problem is that we are not checking how to end this loop. So this can, it's very well possible that it's an infinite loop and we might never see this loop coming to an end, because there is no condition that we have applied that, hey, if this is met, I don't want to recontinue, I just want to end this loop here. So that condition is the first one that we should check. If lower bound is less than or equal to upper bound, do all of this. Otherwise, you can just sort of return back from here itself. Else return minus 1. Else return n, which is sort of the index that we want to capture. And now let's just check it out. We will just comment this. It says missing return statements. I actually have done that, so I don't need to worry about this. This is never going to happen because either I'll return this or, yep, it returns minus 1. And let's just try with 22. 22 should give you 7 now. Okay, strange. It's an important part to debug this also. So let's just run our loop in a debug mode and try to analyze what's happening. So, oops, am I not running the right app? Yeah, now this seems okay. So we start with lower bound 8, 0, and 8. We come here, we get the m as 4. If it is not equal, so we are at 4. And if this is the number was lesser than m at 4 was 10 and what we are searching for is 22, we pushed our lower bound to m plus 1, which is 5. We come with 5 and 8. We calculate m as 6. M at 6 was also not meeting our condition, but it's 17. We want to search for 22. We push the boundary of m to lower bound to 7. Our m now becomes 7, right? And a of m is returning m. Got it. So the problem here is we should have a return statement here because we sort of want to return back from here as well. So let's just try it out without a debugger pointer one. So that's why it was giving me that return statement is needed. Let's just try it out. This should give me 7 now. I'm quite confident. Yeah, it does. So guys, we saw We saw diagrammatically what binary search is. This is a binary search iterative approach. This is a recursive approach. In case you still have any questions, do let me know down in the comments and I would love to take them up. Thank you guys for watching this. Stay tuned for more.